President Biden on his high-stakes tour overseas, speaking to global leaders at the COP27 climate change summit in Egypt. The president said the U.S. is, quote, putting our money where our mouth is with new spending on clean energy initiatives to fight global warming.
In the United States, we're seeing historic drought and wildfires in the West, devastating hurricanes and storms in the East. Here in Africa, home to many nations considered most vulnerable to climate change, food insecurity. Hunger follows 4 years of intense drought in the Horn of Africa.
The president on his tour is also meeting with Southeast Asian leaders in Cambodia and attending the annual G20 summit in Indonesia. ABC's Marcus Moore is live in Egypt with the latest. Marcus, good to see you. What else did the president tell world leaders at the climate change summit today?
Hey, Kenneth, good evening. This was a major speech today to world leaders, and the president really trying to bring home the point that the United States is doing its part, not only domestically, but also abroad in the form of innovations or supporting innovation and trying to support the transition to clean energy. And here's a bit of what he said today as he spoke for about 20 minutes or so to a crowd from around the world eager to hear what he would say.
My commitment to this issue has been unwavering. Today, finally, thanks to the actions we've taken, I can stand here as President of the United States of America and say with confidence, the United States of America will meet our emissions targets by 2030.
The president saying that the United States doing its part and that other countries have to do theirs. And Kenneth, there's been a lot of questions throughout this process about how the United States and other nations that are responsible for so much of the emissions that are harming the environment, what they're doing for the countries that are bearing the brunt of that. And during his speech today, the president announcing hundreds of millions of dollars that will be spent here in Egypt to help this country transition to clean energy, but also other countries in Africa and helping them to innovate and meet the climate crisis themselves.
You mentioned those new initiatives, that new action to reduce methane emissions. Can you tell us more about that, Marcus?
Yeah, that's a domestic measure, and it's something that environmental agencies are excited about or encouraged. The EPA, for example, will be expanding the requirement that oil and gas companies find and they plug methane gas leaks at their facilities, at all of their facilities, because as you know, Kenneth, methane gas is one of the sources of greenhouse gases that have contributed to the problem, and so that's one step domestically that the president and his administration say will have a huge impact on their fight against the climate crisis.
And Marcus, before you go, we know this is stop number one for President Biden. What's next on his overseas tour?
Well, he does have a stop at the G20 in Bali, where he will meet with world leaders there. And then, as you mentioned at the top of the show, that he will be in Cambodia. So we know that over the next couple of days that he will have a meeting with China's President Xi. Specifically what they might talk about is unclear, but it goes without saying that he will certainly be talking about the climate crisis and how the two countries can work together to address the problem. But also, Kenneth, right now, all roads lead to Ukraine. So we can anticipate that they will discuss the war in Ukraine and not only its impact in the United States, but also in China and across the globe. In a geopolitical sense, but also in terms of the economy. As you know, that war having a ripple effect on the economy worldwide. And so he has a busy schedule ahead. He was only on the ground here in Egypt for a few hours. He has already left to head to his other stop. So a busy few days ahead, Kenneth.
A busy few days indeed. Marcus Moore there in Egypt. Thank you, Marcus, our newest assigned foreign correspondent. Congratulations on that, sir. It's good to see you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.